Hi, Gary here. Elder care issues have become a hot topic in the last decade, and we've had personal experiences in our firm with many of our clients dealing with these issues. Now, this blog post and the next two posts, we're going to be discussing these elder care issues leading up to a seminar in May on covering this completely. Now, in this post, I want to really discuss what the major issues are around this whole issue of elder care. First, with a story. A good friend of mine, Dan, about 10 years ago, was working at his desk. It was a weekday afternoon. He got a phone call from a police department that was about 30 miles away, and said, "We think we have somebody here you know." And all of a sudden his dad gets on the phone and says, "Son, I don't know where I am. I don't know how I got here, and I don't know how to get back home nor where I live." And this was a shock to Dan because he thought his dad was fine. His mom had died a few years earlier. He had just seen his dad last week. Seemed like everything was fine, but he was really in some advanced stages of dementia. And from hearing it from my friend, over the next 3 years he went through just a terribly difficult time where he was even himself going through depression, having suicidal thoughts, dealing with all the issues around his dad as his health and his mental capacity just deteriorated over this whole time period, and he passed away eventually. So no one wants to have that kind of a phone call. And really what we find is these fall into two categories: crisis situation, as in Dan, or preventative. Now, when there's a crisis, then really a plan has to be put together right away, and family members have to come together to help out a parent, an uncle, an aunt, a close family member with these issues. Or they could be preventative, where there's a series of conversations that start to say, how are we going to address these issues that are arising as a family unit. Typically, you would start with identifying one lead family member to deal with an elderly person with these issues, and have a meeting with everybody that's supporting that family about how that's going to take place before then sitting down with the parents and understanding that the parents and these elderly folks really want to continue to retain their freedoms. They want to continue to be able to do the things they want to do for as long as possible. And the majority of them do want to stay in their home. There's a lot of attachment to the home. It's very important for them to keep their way of life before they go to continuing care retirement communities or other kinds of other places outside their home. So in the next two blogs, we're going to talk about the staying at home issues, and then the continuing care retirement communities out there, and looking at those two different choices. But this really all starts with opening conversation, getting very clear about generally the baby boomers who are in the support role and the primary caregivers, other than spouses, and their parents or close family members, aunts and uncles, that they're dealing with, help them walk through the cognitive and the physical issues that will arise as we continue to age. Very important to try to work on both sides of these issues to make sure it's very clear who's doing what and helping when, and getting through this process in a very graceful manner and walking through this very clearly. So we have an event. It's coming up in May. You can look to our event website on coylefinancial.com, and would love to have you there if it makes sense for you to look at how you may be dealing yourself with these issues, or you're a baby boomer or other that are trying to help and support your parent or aunt and uncle or a close family member with these issues. So until next time, enjoy.